A couple of weeks ago, I was surfing the web when I came across a story on Police State USA about a family in Minnesota. The story was about a mother who had a son who was suffering from seizures and is struck with chronic pain due to being struck in the head with a baseball and being put into a coma. The family had exhausted all other medical options except one: cannabis oil. The only problem with that is that the oil is illegal in Minnesota. So the mother of this child took a risk and gave her son the cannabis oil anyway. Since taking the medicine, the pain and seizures have gone away, along with the migraines, and her son has been able to live out a fairly normal life. However, the mother now faces a 2-year jail sentence because cannabis oil, like other forms of marijuana, is illegal in Minnesota. We live in a world where there are several states, including Washington, D.C., Colorado, and Alaska, that have legalized the drug for medicinal as well as recreational use. It is only a matter of time before all states are questioning the use of this drug. Now, I may not be a doctor or an expert in this area of controversy, but it is an area that we will all have to decide which side to choose. With that being said, I have chosen to speak to you today about the benefits of the legalization of marijuana. In order to fully understand the benefits of the legalization, there are 3 areas of benefits that we must understand. The first being the social benefits, the second being the state and federal benefits, and third being the medicinal benefits. Let's take a look at the social benefits to the legalization of marijuana. We send massive amounts of people to jail due to marijuana-related charges. So legalization would take pressure off the United States prison system. According to the United States Department of Justice, there are approximately 1.5 million prisoners incarcerated. Approximately 200,000 of these inmates are federal inmates, whereas 1.3 million of them are state inmates. Now, if marijuana were to be legalized, we could take people out of the prison system, therefore relieving the prison system of more bodies. And we could do this by taking away those people that are incarcerated for marijuana charges, such as possession of marijuana and so forth. Not only would it take pressure off our prison system, it'd also take the pressure off taxpayers. People might be able to get a tax break if it is legalized. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, states that about 5% of a state's budget goes towards correction facilities. Now, 5% doesn't sound like a lot much in the grand scheme of a state budget, but that 5% is equal to about $50 billion. That's a lot of hard-earned taxpayer money being spent on a system that could be thinned out by the legalization of marijuana. In addition to thinning out the legal systems and saving taxpayer money, it would also make our streets safer. Now, it is safe to say that marijuana is one of, if not the most important cash crop that the Mexican cartel has to make its money. If we were to legalize marijuana, we would be taking away a huge source of revenue from an organization that has killed thousands over this drug. It would take the power away from harmful organizations such as the cartels, and it puts the power back into the hands of the people and the state and local governments. Now that we have an understanding of the social benefits, let's take a look at the federal. Like I said before, if marijuana was to be legalized, that power that is being taken away from the cartels can go to the state and local governments in the form of regulation for that drug. Legalizing marijuana can be taxed and be a source of revenue for states. For example, in the state of Colorado, the state government has legalized the sale and use of marijuana. According to the Colorado Department of Revenue, they have gained $52.5 million in revenue. That's a huge industry that they were able to tap into and gain money from. The use of this money could be really impactful in some states. It gives the government more money to improve a variety of different social programs that can benefit the community. Anything from public school systems to welfare programs to help the homeless and those whom are in need. Most importantly, it can be controlled by the government. When legalized like this, the government can control the sale and make a higher standard on the drug. They can hold people accountable, whereas before they couldn't hold the drug cartels accountable for their actions. Now that we have an understanding of the social and governmental benefits, let's take a look at the medicinal benefits. It would appear, based on numerous stories, that marijuana is an effective medicinal drug. Well, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, there are two main cannabinoids that doctors and scientists are interested in for helping patients. The first being THC, which reduces nausea and can help stimulate appetite. There is also a reason to believe that it may reduce pain. The second cannabinoid that people are interested in is known as cannabidiol. Cannabidiol is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid that reduces pain and helps with seizures and inflammation. It is also possible that it may help with psychosis and addictions. With that being said, there is a need for more research in this area. Cannabis needs more research to understand the deeper effects that it has. However, this cannot happen until marijuana is legalized. The research can end up settling the debate for good whether or not the drug is useful or not in a medicinal setting. In conclusion, if we as a society can move forward and come together for the legalization of marijuana, we can improve so much. Everything from state revenue and crime rates, and most importantly, medical benefits. I would urge each and every one of you to reach out to your representatives to try and make this policy change. They incarcerate so many. It could be beneficial to many people. Think of it as this: a policy that can be changed, that those that desperately need this medicine can receive treatment and not risk jail time. Like the mother of that little boy who suffered from chronic pain. If marijuana were to be legalized, maybe this mother wouldn't be risking her future with her child.